gotta give.
Mommy,
A little,
I made it for you.
take a little, and let your poor heart break a little. That's the story of, the story of, the story of, the story of.
The mother protects her family. No matter what.
That's the story of, that's the glory of love.
This is the first time I've covered something on the channel that's brand new, and I am preparing my ass for these numerous amounts of YouTube assfuckery that's going to be coming my way for daring to show the trailer for a brand new movie. Orphan First Kill is a prequel to the first Orphan film from 2009, with the original actress Isabelle Fuhrman coming back to reprise her role. After seeing the trailer, I had a feeling that this movie was going to suck ass, and to my delight, I was wrong. I expected the film to be a cheap rehash of the last one without the benefit of the nifty plot twist the original film had. Either that or it would be a poorly put together origin story for Esther, aka Lena Klammer. This film is neither of those things. Yes, it does tell the story of how Esther got into America, even though there are a few plot holes with that, especially considering what we learn about Esther from the last film. In Orphan First Kill, we take a completely new look at the character, and it runs with a different type of plot that kind of turns this crazy homicidal maniac from an antagonist to a protagonist. I couldn't believe there were parts of this film where I was actually rooting for her to make it through all the adversities that were facing her. There are definitely a few things about Lena Klammer that deserve sympathy, but when you get down to it though, she is still a homicidal maniac, so there's only so much you can really feel for a character like that. This film has a lot of unexpected twists and really decent hints towards the hidden truth. All the characters in the film were also fairly decent and three-dimensional. During the first half of the film, I was entertained, but I wasn't really invested. Things seemed very typical, cut and dry, and I was feeling that my expectations were going to be met to my disappointment. Then, the middle part of the film happens, and things change completely. It was far more enjoyable, and I was way more invested than I had been before in the earlier parts. I can't believe it. They finally made a decent horror movie this year. I mean, it's not amazing by far, but it is definitely miles better than a lot of the horror movie schlock I've sat through this year, and my god, I have sat through quite a few stinkers that are brand new from this year. That being said, I do have my share of gripes with the film, and I know a few other people share these opinions as well, so I might as well start with the elephant in the room, and that is probably the one you've all noticed from seeing clips of the trailer, and that is the fact that we have Isabella Fuhrman returning. And don't get me wrong, I love how she portrays the character, but she originally got the role when she was 11 years old, and now she's in her mid-20s, and it is very obvious that she has grown up. And that fact is made even worse by the fact that this film is a prequel, and that makes even less sense. And it's very noticeable, and for a lot of people it can be distracting. It even distracted me in a few scenes, and I'm usually very unobservant with things like this in films, but yes, it is very noticeable. They do try their best to hide it using an extra in some scenes, and using some unique camera tactics to kind of obscure it, but it is, unfortunately, very, very noticeable. That's the major gripe with this film, so if you can get over that, you're going to have a good time. Additionally, I have a few minor gripes of my own, and one of them being I was kind of hoping for more of a cat and mouse game between Lena Klammer and the other characters. We do get a few moments of that, but I was kind of hoping for more and having them being taken to more extreme heights. And another minor gripe I have is the ending to this story. While I did enjoy the ending, there were parts of it that felt a little too rushed for me, and that led to some somewhat disappointing conclusions that really, like I said, just kind of happened way too fast. Of course, this being a prequel, you can only expect it to end one way, and that's the way it ended. But with some other characters, I was kind of hoping things would go slightly differently. But in the end, that's not a major gripe. This is still a very enjoyable film, and overall, I would definitely recommend it. It's very rare we get a horror movie sequel, or in this case a prequel, that is actually worth a watch. So I would definitely recommend this if you got Paramount Plus or you're looking to see this in theaters, because I believe at the time of this recording, it is still in theaters. Anyway, be sure to check out this film and let me know what you think in the comments. I'd love to hear your opinions.